shine. Wake up and get to the bag, god damn it. Lord woke us up, we might as well get to this bag. Now, you know I had to check back in with the situation with Bonnie and Nathan Wade. So, the latest updates is that through cell towers, they were able to collect data from Nathan Wade's cell phone showing that he texted Fonnie Willis thousands more times than he said on the stand. Also, that he visited her during the hours of maybe 2 in the morning, leaving at 4 a.m. And no matter how much he wants to play the game of semantics, that's spending the night. So they had some type of hookup arrangement according to the cell towers, which is what they said they did not have going on. So now we're in full-blown perjury territory. And he already said on the stand, because they asked him this, because they knew that he was probably lying. They said if the cell phone records say otherwise, he said, well, then the cell phone records are wrong. But the fact of the matter is, sir, you were messing with her before the time that you told us. And the only reason y'all didn't keep it 100, because you know how bad it looks. So, in regards to Fonnie Willis and Nathan Wade, in my opinion, it's looking like they're probably going to be taken off this case. And once that happens, they'll probably try to look for another prosecutor if they want to keep going on it. But the case is pretty much dead in the water because it has a lot of bad energy on it because of this scandal. So this is probably a done bun for this. Now, Nikki Haley gets absolutely obliterated by Donald Trump in the South Carolina primary. I believe he got 63%. So he beat her like close to around 30, because I think she got around 30, close to 40%. And at this point, any person normally would say, okay, pack it up. I couldn't even win in my own home state where you would get ideally the most support. And no, just keep going. You're going to keep fighting, apparently, which, I mean, just furthers the conversation that this woman has to be an operative for the Democrats. There's no way that she could be anything else. And it's funny because investors are going to start pulling out, which I don't know why they haven't been pulled out. But, the thing about it is the real investors are in it to the end. And that's the Democratic Party, because they want Trump to use campaign funds on, running against Nikki, when really he just needs to focus on Joe Biden. I think his best bet is to absolutely, positively ignore Nikki. Now, I briefly talked about this story, but there's a mayor of a small town named Dalton in Illinois, and her name is Tiffany, and she is probably the best example of fascism and corruption with the alleged allegations that are against her. There's allegations of using Dalton County funds to go to Las Vegas, to go to this crab restaurant. She basically has beefed up her security, and she's using funds on that. People who are against her, trustees, or who just don't support her for re-election, she's basically withholding business licenses, allegedly sending police to basically work as her personal Stasi and keeping people in line. And now it's to the point where the federal government, the FBI, is getting involved, and they're interviewing people in regards to claims of misuse of funds, both federal and on a local level. And she's squeezing people allegedly to the point where if you talk to the feds, they're gonna lean on your business. Okay, a bar was actually just shut down. A very popular local bar was just shut down for absolutely no reason. Residents there said they came in like they was trying to stop a drug raid, and it's all because the owner didn't support Tiffany. This is the type of fascism they want, all the while pointing the other finger and saying, look, they want to be the end of democracy. They are pro-fascism. But look at this. Nonsense. They didn't try to get her out. A judge, even though they did the recall, the judge, I guess he just wasn't feeling it, let her stay in power, and she's been terrorizing this community ever since. And it's unfortunate, but we need stuff like this to happen so people can learn through trial and error. You know what I'm saying? You want to just put somebody in power just because of how they look, or you have whatever good feelings or good intentions towards lifting people up in power that have no business being in power. This is what you will get. You will get somebody who will completely manipulate the system to their benefit, and because the thing is, not everyone is prepared for power, and not everyone can handle it, and people will abuse it if if they never had any. And this is a prime example. Now, in regards to the border, an issue that I think is only going to get more and more of a jump to the top of Americans, concerns in regards to this election. I think that with these new crimes that are coming out with migrants, allegedly involved with murders and theft and all these different things that are popping up, I think this is going to really press the issue on the border and the migrant crisis. And it's just another thing that I think works against Joe Biden and his administration. So now that Ronna is out of the RNC chair, hopefully we can pick somebody that's actually going to lead to some wins, because it's been a rough streak. It's been a rough streak for her. So I mean, we'll see what happens. But I'm not gonna hold my breath, because right when you think some positive change is coming in the RNC, it just be like, "Oop, audible."